Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I'm Jim Punzenberger, your host, author of $0 Advertising Strategies and creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Today, on Profits of IT, we have Eric joining us. Eric is the Vice President of Channel and Community at Pax8, one of CRN's 50 most influential channel chiefs of 2024. He's also been on both sides of the table. He's not afraid to call it how it is. And before he gets started, let's me take a moment to talk about my day job, so to speak, other than being a podcast host. So if you're wanting to get your expertise in front of people already searching for solutions like yours and stop guessing on what to do, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. We'll help you get found where decision makers hang out: LinkedIn, their inbox, YouTube, and more. And we're the only IT marketing agency that lets you write your own guarantee for us. So check out managedprospectingsystem.com. So Eric, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself? Tell us about your background. Tell us about that BMX bike. Let us know more about what's going on in the channel.
Yeah, I've been around for a while. I've been on the community team here at Pax8. Been here now for about 7 months. Spent a couple of years running the ScalePad events and channel team, and then before that was at Datto for 7 years. But really, where I learned everything about this space was being a managed service provider myself, working for one of the best, if not the single best, MSP in Milwaukee, and really cut my teeth in the industry and in sales and building a community. So my role is exactly that, just being out there amongst the people, evangelizing what we've been up to, how we help MSPs, and being a road warrior on the road. At every event, every single week, there's something going on, and I love it. And
Cool.
you mentioned the
Yes, the BMX bike
bike.
that I heard
Yeah,
that you're
I
refurbishing.
it was dating back probably about 2 years ago. I just got lost in eBay, just looking up all kinds of things from when I was a kid, all the toys I didn't have when I was young, and looking at things that I could get, and I came across the exact same bike I had when I was about 10 years old, a Schwinn Predator. And it was in bad shape, but the exact same color, same wheels, same tires, and it was all original.
Mine.
So I bought it, and it's been sitting for a while. And
So what color is yours? Mine was white.
mine was like a turquoise. It was turquoise with like purple mag wheels. Man, I loved it. And yeah, I came across it, so I bought it and sat on it for a couple of years, and am just now starting to bring this thing back to life.
Cool. Well, let's jump right in it. Um, we've all heard that cold outreach is dead, and I heard you say you hate that phrase.
Yeah.
Why is cold outreach still essential in 2025? And what are people doing wrong about it in the industry?
I cringe when I hear people say that, and I understand why they are, because there's so many different ways to build a funnel, and there's ways to help it. But in my mind, it's always going to come down to having that initial first conversation, that first outreach to getting a live person into that on that call, whether it's in person or phone or video, whatever it may be. But to me, cold calling will never die. You have to follow the basics. Since the beginning of time, when somebody had something to sell, they did it through communicating,
Right?
and they explained what they were offering, And there's not just going to magically be this line of new customers waiting and knocking on your door. You have to go out there and find them. You gotta make the effort. And reaching out is that first step. Now you can do things to warm up that call, absolutely. And there's different avenues and medias. You go down the social media type, you go down the cold calling, you go to mailers, whatever it may be. But I think picking up the phone and talking to somebody will never go away.
I'm with you there. It's always going to be part of business.
Yeah.
And so you've also mentioned that one of the biggest misconceptions is that every MSP owner is, rolling in a in a Benz and
Oh yeah.
flying on a private jet and having Rolexes on both wrists.
One of the things that we've always done at every organization I've been a part of, it's getting the rest of the team out to an industry event to meet MSPs. Because there is a misconception that, oh, they're a business owner, they're the ones in charge, they've got to be doing really well, and they are rolling in that Mercedes, and they've got the Rolex. And the fact of the matter is, these are small businesses, and they have the same struggles as all of us. And when I bring somebody from our marketing department, our sales department, even our tech support, that's the feedback I get. They're like, "Wow, the I didn't realize like this is who our partners really are. This is who MSPs really are. They have the same challenges that we do, and a lot of the things that keep them up at night, and they're not." This CEO of like a Fortune 500 company that's so out of touch. These are people that are grinding it out, and once people see that, their perception starts to change a little bit, and it becomes a more of a partnership than anything else, and knowing that we're out there helping.
Cool. And you've also called out how every MSP says the same thing, something that I'm calling out too, in that uh, most MSPs all say, "Oh, we got great service," and they all basically say, basically, what's typical in the industry is that what they say, their competitor could say the same thing, or basically it could take whatever they're saying and just cross out MSP's name and write their competitor MSP name in the same thing in the same paragraph, and it would be accurate. Um,
I
what
I I yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. It's to say that your service separates you, and yes, we all want to believe that, and this is going to come across as harsh, but it's almost like managed services has become a commodity, and the differentiators all sound exactly the same. Everybody's using the same things. Oh, my service is what sets me apart. I'm a true partner for my clients. I'm that consultant. I'm the best of breed. Everybody says that. And then when I challenge that, I often get, well, you don't understand what it's like in my area. My geographic location, people still want me on site, and they want to see their engineer. Yeah, that's the way it is across the entire country, across
right,
the entire world for that matter. And then it becomes thinking outside of that realm that keeps most of us safe, as far as thinking, okay, well, we're the best at what we do, and we have this customer service aspect, and it's always client first. So it takes you out of that to think about, okay, well, what's truly separating me from the competition? Is it pricing? Is it my stack? Is it, the people I have? How differently can you position yourself? And there are ways to do it, but yeah, I cringe at two things. When people say the cold calling is dead, and then when the MSPs are like, well, I'm way different than my competition because I offer the best customer service. Well, yeah, everybody does.
right. Um, it's definitely not. It's definitely not unique to offer the best customer service.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that your superpower is waking up before the sun every day. For those of you, for
I
those out there that are like me and not wired this way by default, what's the mindset behind the discipline, and how did this launch you into your success?
it hasn't always been that way, and it's not a conscious effort. It just kind of started years back, and oddly enough, it's easier. I'm a big golfer, and I love getting that first tee time in the morning. Going to the golf course, the sun is still barely up, and then getting the round of golf in, and then going back to work and getting a full day of work in. So it started like that, like okay, and even when I was a child, when I was a kid, my first job was being a caddy at a golf course. So I was at the course at 6 a.m. every day during the summer, and it just kind of rolled into that where I'm up as soon as that sun comes up. And in the north, it's a little bit later in the morning, but as soon as the sun comes up, I'm usually waking up naturally, no matter where my travels take me, and oftentimes, and especially in the summer, that is 5:30, 6 in the morning, and I have a morning routine. Even though I work from home, first thing I do is take a shower and act as if I'm going to work, come into my office here and begin my day, and oftentimes it's before the rest of the people are starting their day, and I can get a good 2 hours of work in uninterrupted, and get all of my critical tasks accomplished, and then the onslaught of calls and meetings and things happen. But yeah, I'm definitely an early riser, and I know that that is a trait that not everybody has, but I enjoy it.
So it's not only being an early riser, but it sounds like also having a routine is part of
Yeah,
your
I think the
success.
routine, especially I've been a remote worker even pre-COVID, and for 10 plus years now. I've worked out of my home, and I have to have that morning routine. I have to act as if I'm going into an office, or else things kind of get in the way. So the morning routine of the shower, get ready, have some breakfast, definitely have some coffee, and then get to work.
Cool. So you've also mentioned that Pax8 is stirring things up with AI. You want to talk a little bit about that?
We are definitely innovating the marketplace that we have, and this stems from our CEO Scott Chasen. Formerly early last year, he was our CTO, so he's very technical. And when you have a technical leader running captaining the ship, it makes it a little more exciting, and embracing the tech aspect of it. And he is 100% all in on AI, and I all of us need to be, because there is that constant fear that if we're not embracing it, if we're not building into our daily lives, we will get left behind. That's just a simple fact. So we're utilizing that in figuring out how we can mine the data that we have inside of our marketplace to figure out what consumers are buying when it comes to technology, what MSPs are offering, how they're offering it, and mining all of that data, and then building new revenue streams based on that, building new sales opportunities, new recommendations, new ways that MSPs can do business and do it in a much more efficient manner, rather than the people aspect of it and spending an incredible amount of time. So yes, and it's awfully exciting. We got some major announcements coming out at our partner event coming up in a couple weeks here, but having that be a top priority, AI being a top priority, everything that we do is truly going to change for the better.
Cool. And you mentioned your partner event coming up here. Want to mention that briefly? I think it's coming up in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, coming up very quick, June 8th through the 10th, PAX 8 Beyond. This is our third event happening in North America. It's in Denver. We'll have about, right now, we're 2,500 registered MSPs, an additional 1,000 people, that's staff and vendors that will be there. So 3,500 total people there.
Wow.
And a lot of sales and marketing content, tech content, AI content, security content, and wonderful keynotes, wonderful speakers. Pax8 is a bit different than other events in a sense that we are extremely vendor agnostic. I mean, we're a marketplace and we have 140 plus vendors today. So you're going to have the best of the best there, sharing with you everything they've been up to on top of the great content and the wonderful wrap up party with a surprise musical guest that is always a lot of fun. So I'm
It's not going to be
easily a must
Biggie, is
attend
it?
event. I can't tell anybody who it is. I'm sworn to secrecy, but everybody knows who this act is, and they're gonna love it.
I guess everybody will be biting their nails
Oh yeah.
till he comes out on stage, right?
Yep.
And so if somebody wanted to learn more about this, where should they find more information, or how should they get in contact with you?
Sure. Our website, pax8.com, has everything from our marketplace to our event coming up beyond. And then I give everybody my email address. It's always super easy, et@pax8.com. If I can ever help you with anything, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm very accessible on LinkedIn as well, but I'm here to help, and don't be ashamed.
Cool. So, saving the best for last, we got one mic drop moment here. You've worked with MSPs all over the country, probably all over the world for that matter. If someone who's listening wants to grow this year without losing their sanity, what's one thing you need to, or they need to stop doing, and what's one thing they should double down on?
Ooh, I'm a processes and procedures kind of guy. It's a system, from sales to operations to everything that you do. Follow a process and repeat it, and look at how you're gaining success with one customer and rinse, copy, repeat with the rest. I am very, very process driven and fine tuning and reviewing that process along the way to make sure that we're all humming along as efficiently as possible.
Got it. Well, any final thoughts?
No, I tend to look at things with my experience of both an MSP and on the vendor side for so long. I look at things through different lenses, both as a vendor and as an MSP, and that's how I've always approached this line of work. Putting myself in the same shoes as the listeners and the people that are following you. If I can ever help, just let me know. I'm always here for you.
Email et@pax8.com. Super simple.
Super simple.
Well, that's it for Prophets of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger. If you want your authority to meet your ambition and a IT marketing agency that lets you write your own guarantee for them, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. Till next time, wake up early, have your morning routine, and keep your pitch honest.
Cheers.